Hello everyone and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today I'm bringing you an in-depth tour of a 2016 Abarth 124 Spider, currently for sale at Bishop's Fiat Guildford. In 1972, the Fiat Abarth 124 graced the streets, and now in 2016 there's another, and this car is set to go racing with the 124 Rally Edition. This car is spec'd in the Spider Heritage look, which includes the matte black bonnet and boot lid. Its colour is Costa Brava 1972 red, but it is also possible to choose black, white, blue and grey. All these colours represent the initial 1970s era of the first 124s. The Abarth Scorpion finds itself all over the car, on the wheels, the engine cover, the bonnet and side panels. It helps to remind us that this isn't a standard 124. This version uses the same 1.4 litre turbo multi-air 4-cylinder that's found in the standard Fiat 124, but is uprated by 32 brake horsepower to 170 brake horsepower. Torque is only increased by 7 pounds-feet to 184 pounds-feet, or 250 Nm. A limited slip differential is also added. In terms of performance, it means the 124 revs up to 6500 RPM and can achieve 62 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour in 6.8 seconds, and has a top speed of 144 miles per hour in the manual and 142 miles per hour in the automatic. It has a fuel consumption of 44 miles per gallon in the combined cycle. 4 pipes protrude from the rear of the car and are suggestive of its potential sound. Its Abarth Record Monza Sports exhaust features pops and crackles that actually surprised me when I first heard it. It has both normal and sport mode. Depressing the clutch turns the engine start light green, meaning the engine can be ignited. It has 17-inch alloy Corsa wheels with Bridgestone Potenza tyres and Brembo sport brakes. The 124 has Bilstein shock absorbers that Abarth say improve road holding, stability and maximum reliability. The front grille and angular light surrounds produce an initial sporty aesthetic, as does the way the front panel flows over the LED headlights. The matte black bonnet is part of the Spider Heritage look option. The key has 4 buttons, one for lock, one for unlock, one to open the boot, and one for the alarm. The car has keyless start and go, so there's no button to press for entry. The door handle pulls out in a classic outward motion. The sill is low and narrow, so entering and exiting the car is quite comfortable. The interior is upholstered in black and red leather. with Alcantara and features a full leather steering wheel. As with all my videos, I will do a POV tour before going into more detail. At the top of the door, we find the door release handle and lock mechanism. Below this is the door handle and controls for the electric window and mirrors. Below and to the right of the steering column, we have the bonnet release catch, and rising up we find the button to turn off the ESC and the first of 3 air vents. The multifunctional steering wheel is upholstered in leather. The controls on the left are for torque, to pick up and put down calls and skip tracks. On the right, the controls are for the digital display mode and volume controls. For the keyless start, there's one press to turn on the electrical systems, and one press with a depressed clutch to start the car. There are 3 displays in the dial cluster. The left screen is digital and offers information for water temperature, fuel level, and switchboard information in the centre. The central dial is the rev counter and offers information and warning lights. And the right is for the speedo in miles per hour and kilometers per hour. The left screen can show information for overall MPG, current MPG, predicted mileage, and timed speeds. The centre stack screen options are controlled via the button that can be twisted, pushed back and forth, side to side and depressed. The volume control button just behind is used in a similar fashion. There are options and controls for the applications, entertainment, Bluetooth connectivity for calls and media, navigation, and general settings for display, safety, sound, clock, vehicle, devices and general systems. As this model has been inspected with the manual gearbox, we find all 3 pedals on the driver's side. Below the screen are the controls for the air conditioning and ventilation. Below this we have 2 USB sockets and buttons for the heated seats in addition to a small screen for airbag information. The leather handbrake is in its usual position, but set quite high. The 6-speed manual short shifter is also in leather and red contrast stitching and has a sport switch behind it. This model has a 6-speed manual with a short shift gear stick for quick changes, but it is possible to get a 6-speed automatic with paddle shift and dual mode, normal and sport. The sport switch loosens the traction control and ESP, makes the throttle more responsive and makes the steering feel more weighty. The first 2500 models get their own central plaque with their build number, this being number 36. The seats are upholstered in red and black leather with contrast stitching and actually very comfortable for such a compact car. They are adjusted manually with a twisting mechanism at the front that tilts the front of the seat, while the lever at the rear controls the rear of the seat. There is a catch underneath to move them forward and back. Now to retract the roof. First, push the button forward and unlatch, then manually pull the roof back and push down until it fastens. Here we have the 124 as it is meant to be driven. To move the roof back to its original position, simply pull the release catch between the seats. Pull the roof up and position in its normal location. Then reapply the fastening catch. To interior storage. There is an Alcantara lined space between the seats. A small area on the passenger side, and of course the boot. The boot requires 2 consecutive presses of the button on the key to open. It has an official capacity of 140 litres. The very basic plastic sun visors have mirrors but aren't illuminated. However, there is a central convenience light. So that concludes my tour of the new 2016 Abarth 124 Spider. This car is meant to be performance orientated and so has an appropriate amount of creature comforts and is upholstered very well. I'll leave the links to Bishop's, Fiat Guildford in the description of the video as they have some excellent cars in stock. Please subscribe for the latest content and until next time, cheers.